Welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Cassingham. Today we're going into our Sword Portfolio's weekly numbers. So this is week number 4. It's as of today, August 9th, 2025, which is Saturday. So new portfolio, barely on week number 4. So this is our Sword Portfolio strategy. So this is our Weapons of Finance, or our Sword and Shield. And this is specifically our Sword portfolio. So this is the ancillary portfolio, which means it supports the primary portfolio. The primary portfolio is a shield portfolio, so it's the ancillary portfolio. This is an offensive strategy, so we're being, we're looking for specific opportunities in the market. This is a long-term high growth potential, so long-term investing with high growth. Aggressive volatility and risk, so these stocks can swing up and down a lot. Focus sector investments, so we're looking at energy, AI, automotive, aerospace, defense, different sectors. And then we find targeted stock opportunities in each sector. So for instance, the AI or data analytics side, we chose Palantir as an example, just looking for specific stocks in each of those sectors. And we have a streamlined management process, so we're just doing very simple quarterly rebalancing. And then we only really sell off when there's a profit of a certain value that is a percentage of like what the primary portfolio. So if the Sword portfolio is 50 to 70%, let's say the value of the Shield portfolio, then I would sell off the Sword portfolio, maybe bring it down to like 20 to 30% of value compared to the Shield portfolio, and give the Shield portfolio that money, because the Shield is the primary, so we're protecting it. This is the ancillary portfolio, so it's the sacrificial portfolio, right? So we have our current portfolio net worth at $132.45, and over 4 weeks we have a gain of $3.11, and we have a money weighted return of positive 2.97%. And you can see the different colors on the little pie chart here representing each of our investments. We have our weekly data for week 4. So we have so you see our little growth curve right here. We have current value of $132.45. We have no net cash flow. We have a market gain of this week of $3.29. We have no dividend earned, which gives us a total gain of $3.29. So that gives us a money weighted return of positive 2.55%. So that's our weekly data for week number 4, so August 1st till today. And then our all-time data, because we don't have any longer or any more data, is from July 11th, 2025 till today, August 9th, 2025. So next week we'll be able to have the 1 week and 1 month going forward, which will be nice. So we'll get a second set of charts. But anyway, this is our chart. So we have our net cash flow of $129. So that was the first $100 deposit plus the $30 deposit on July, I think like 28th or 29th or 30th. I forget what day it was. We have a market gainer without time period of $3.11. No dividend earned. So we have a total gain of $3.11, which gives us a money weighted return of positive 2.97%. It's our all-time data for week number 4. Then we have our portfolio weekly percentages for week number 4. So on the right, we have our target weightings. Our ARK ETF is at 20%, and all stocks are at 8% target weight. So going through each one, we have our ARK ETF up 5.06% for a market gain of $1.29. We have our energy sector stock pick, NuScale, ticker symbol SMR, down 11.43% for market loss of $1.07. We have our water sector pick, Consolidated Water, ticker symbol CWCO, up 3.10% for market gain of 32 cents. We have our agricultural sector stock pick, Village Farms, ticker symbol VFF, up 11.65% for market gain of $1.41. We have our finance sector stock pick, Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN, down 1.35% for market loss of 12 cents. We have our automotive sector pick, Rivian Automotive, ticker symbol RIVN, down 4.85% for market loss of 50 cents. We have our data analytics stock pick, Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, up 21.17% for a market gain of $2.24. We have our healthcare sector stock pick, CRISPR Therapeutics, ticker symbol CRSP, down 2% for market loss of 20 cents. We have our defense sector stock pick, AeroVironment, ticker symbol AVAV, down 4.85% for market loss of 51 cents. We have our aerospace sector stock pick, Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLB, down 0.27% for market loss of 3 cents. And we have our manufacturing sector stock pick, Stratasys, ticker symbol SSYS, up 4.38% for market loss of 46 cents. So these are our weekly percentages for week number 4. And again, since we don't have a lot of time, we just go straight to the all-time percentages. So ARK ETF up, all-time up 2.51% for market gain of 53 cents. NuScale up 3.89% for market gain of 29 cents. Consolidated Water down 3.92% for market loss of 34 cents. Village Farms up 29.90% for market gain of $2.54. Coinbase down 25.54% for market loss of $2.26. Rivian down 9.68% for market loss of 83 cents. Palantir up 33.33% for a market gain of $2.72. CRISPR Therapeutics down 3.25% for market loss of 27%. AeroVironment down 4.62% for a market loss of 39 cents. Rocket Lab up 13.94% for a market gain of $1.14. Stratasys down 0.23% for market loss of 2 cents. This is our all-time percentages for our investment portfolio. And I neglected to put this information the past couple weeks. So even though I'm doing this on week 4, this is our actual week 1 transaction. So this is on July 14th. When we just transacted, this was the initial $100 deposit. So $20 went into ARK ETF here, and $8 went to each of the 10 stocks. So $8 in each one for a total of $100. So $20 in ETF and $80 in stocks. So that was the week 1 transaction. And this is the transaction from last week, July 30th, which I also forgot to do. My apologies. Again, so I'm doing this on week 4. So we had 10 investments of the $30. So we auto deposit $10 every week, and then the cash account gets $10. So that cash account gets $10, and then when the cash account exceeds $25, then it auto deposits it into the investment portfolio. So basically, when it gets to $30, my third $10 transaction, it'll auto deposit into portfolio, and it goes through and buys all the assets based on the price, or based on the percentage weighting. So AeroVironment got $2.39. Consolidated Water got $2.98. Village Farms got $2.97. Rocket Lab got $1.94. ARK ETF got $6.27. Palantir got $2.10. Rivian got $2.63. CRISPR got $2.07. Coinbase got $3.01. And Stratasys got $2.98. So only 10 buys, 1 excluded. All right, so that was that transaction. That's it. All right, very short for weekly numbers. So now we go to our charts. So we have our ARK ETF. Had this big uptrend, and then it's kind of gone sideways and come down. So it's pulled back. This drop on August 1st is the day tariffs went into effect, global tariffs. So there's a drop in the market there. It's started to come back up a little bit. NuScale, our nuclear stock, also been coming down, coming off of this trend, this large uptrend. Consolidated Water also coming down after this large uptrend. So a lot of these are kind of selling off now. Village Farms though, still going. Actually, surprisingly, because you look at it on a 5-year, it's down so fucking much, right? But now it's starting to have maybe a bit of a turnaround, so it's been going up. Village Farms actually doing okay. Coinbase, big sell-off still. So again, that pop from the previous few months, and then just big sell-off. Stratasys, kind of slow uptrend, but starting to sell off still. A lot of these selling off. Rivian, sell off here. So kind of going up and then coming down. Palantir is actually still fucking going also. Still going. Palantir's doing great. They just had their earnings. So they're doing well. CRISPR selling off again. So still selling off. AeroVironment kind of going sideways. Had a big pump and dropped back, but it's kind of going sideways. And the Rocket Lab also kind of selling down, but also had this big candle right here. Big fucking candle right here. So, whoop, big run up. So all of them look like mostly kind of selling off. You know, kind of the current trend. All right, so now let's get some updates. See, go for a little bullet point list on ARK ETF news in the past 7 days. So see if there's anything interesting. All right. We got record inflows. ARK attracted 767.4 million in inflows on Thursday, August 1st, 2025, boosting its assets under management to 8.1 billion, despite a broader market decline driven by tariff concerns. That's right. This was its largest single-day inflow on record, according to FactSet. Oh, interesting. Swing trading strategy highlighted. Investors Business Daily reported on August 1st, 2025 that 2 trades in ARK demonstrated a swing trade strategy, avoiding market, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Cathie Wood investment moves. Interesting. Bitmine purchases. ARK Invest, led by Cathie Wood, bought 15.3 million worth of Bitmine Immersion, BMNR, shares on August 6, 2025, with 477,498 shares added across its innovation and next generation internet ETFs. Additionally, ARK purchased 18.6 million of Bitmine shares, 529,366,000 shares on August 5th, 2025, as part of the Ethereum strategy. That's a lot of numbers. Tech stock acquisitions. On August 6th, 2025, ARK Invest acquired $45 million of a battered mega cap tech stock, specific stock not named in the source but described as a bold move. What? Okay, not much information. Google and AMD investments. On August 5th, 2025, ARK amplified its AI bet by snapping up shares of Google and AMD as part of the tech portfolio overhaul. Tesla dip buying. On August 4th, 2025, ARK Invest bought Tesla shares as the stock slid with a reported 8 million plus bet, despite Tesla falling over 8% and earnings warnings from Elon Musk. Market performance context, ARK experiencing 5.4% decline. August 1st, closing at blah, 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 blah. Figma investment. On August 8th, 2025, Cathie Wood's ARK Invest purchased 60,000 shares of Figma following its red hot debut. Oh, that's the one I heard about. Yeah, that one I think was hard to get into. Signaling confidence in the company's potential. Block stock reduction. ARK Invest sold 4.8 million worth of block stock by the end of July 2025. 1.5 million sold in the days leading up to that, indicating a reduction in exposure to its holdings. Okay, interesting. Let's move down the list. So now SMR stuck. Earnings report August 7th. Hey, that's what we're talking about. NewScale reported Q2 revenue of $8.1 million, up 710% year over year from 1 million, but missed consensus estimates of 11.65 million. No earnings per share provided in the report, contributing to post-earnings volatility. So they're not doing anything. Cash position remaining strong at 489.9 million, supporting liquidity for ongoing projects. U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission (NRC) granted standard design approval of NewScale's 77 megawatt SMR design ahead of schedule, a significant regulatory milestone. Stock price movement. Shell's fares 7.7% on earnings miss, with the stock trading as low as 40.20 and closing 41.24. Volume blah blah blah. On August 1st, 2025, shares dropped 40% profit, recent gains. Blah blah blah. Stock closed. Blah 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 blah. Analyst market sentiment. NewScale featured in market beats best water stocks worth watching. I guess for power. on August 1st, 2025, highlighting its role in water treatment and power generation applications. Desalination, just saying. The Motley Fool suggesting considering NuScale stock below blah blah blah. Don't care. Zacks Investment Research noted Zacks hold blah blah blah. Don't care. New sentiment score average blah blah blah. Don't care. Strategic and regulatory developments. NuScale entered an exchange and lockup agreement on August 1st, 2025 to manage equity structure, a routine step for share issuance and vesting. Okay. Post on X highlighted NuScale's commercial pipeline with ENTRA1 exclusive partner, working on 2 to 3 major U.S. customer contracts by year-end 2025, targeting hyperscalers, utilities, and the Department of Defense. All right. Regulatory tailwind, including support from U.S. executive orders, bipartisan policy, the Inflation Reduction Act, $900 million for SMR cost sharing, and the Advance Act, streamlining NRC approvals. That's the one we need right there. We need regulatory approvals to really get going. NuScale's use of conventional nuclear fuel avoids HALEU supply constraints, and its flexible plant design supports multiple applications like data centers, hydrogen production, and desalination. Ding, 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 ding. Challenges and risks. Concerns raised about project delays and execution risk, particularly with the proposed Jerome, Idaho SMR project, criticized for regulatory and logistical hurdles. Yeah. Rising costs noted, with cost of sales at 6.3 million and general and administrative expenses at 22.5 million, signaling execution risks ahead. Yep. An SEC filing indicated major insider shareholders may convert Class B shares non-sellable to Class A sellable, potentially leading to insider selling. Interesting. Partnerships and industry contacts. Curtiss-Wright signed a strategic partnership with Rolls-Royce SMR on August 1, 2025, signaling growing competition in the small modular reactor space. That's good. Flower Corporation, NuScale's parent, reporting QT challenges despite a $3.2 billion windfall related to NuScale impacting market perception. All right. Interesting. Next. CWCO. Stock price movement. Stock closed at a price declining, blah, blah, blah. Technical analysis. NuScale's publisher. Full technical analysis. Give it a stock highlight. Price action, blah, blah, blah. AI-powered trade planning. Newser also released an article discussing whether CWCO stock could rise soon, incorporating AI-driven trade planning with technical indicators, blah. Institutional ownership activity, July 30th, 2025. Caesar Capital Partners LLC acquired 150,556 shares of CWCO, indicating new institutional interest. That's good. Y Intercept Hong Kong Ltd established a new position in CWCO, further signaling institutional confidence. Interesting. Analyst sentiment. No specific upgrades, downgrades, blah, 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 because that shit doesn't matter. I don't care what fucking people's opinions are. I want fucking the numbers. I want the stories. I want the things that are happening. See, Village Farms. August 4th, 2025, Village Farms International announced plans to convert the remaining 550,000 square feet of its Delta 2 greenhouse in British Columbia for cannabis production, signaling further expansion into its cannabis business. Yeah, so they're really big cannabis for sure. July 30th, 2025, the company announced it will host its Q2 2025 financial results conference call on August 11th to discuss performance and strategic updates. That's next week. July 30th, 2025, Village Farms International reported its Q2 2025 results, with a focus on continued growth in the Canadian cannabis segment and international market expansion. Wait, does this contradict yourself? Fuck. Alright, market sentiment, post on X, indicate positive sentiment. Blah, 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 blah. Stock performance, blah, 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 blah. Okay. BFF. Coinbase. What do we got, Coinbase? What do we got? Earnings miss and stock drop. Coinbase reported Q2 2025 earnings on July 31st with a earnings per share of 12 cents, missing consensus estimates by over 70%, and revenue of 1.42 billion, falling short of expectations. Trading volume was approximately 40% lower year over year, leading to a stock price drop of 15.5% to 16.7% on August 1st, marking the largest single-day decline since April. Interesting. That's not good. Analyst reactions. Needham, Canaccord, Genuity, and Rosenblatt Securities, Jesus, reaffirmed buy ratings. Don't care. I read all those names for nothing. Don't even care. Barclays trimmed his price target. Don't care. Compass Point downgrade Coinbase. Don't care. Strategic developments. Here we go. Coinbase unveiled its Everything Exchange platform for tokenized stocks. Oh, this has been a topic of discussion for a while. Tokenizing stocks, derivatives, and prediction markets, aiming to expand beyond core crypto trading. The company also joined Pantera Capital in a $20 million seed round for Sub-Zero Labs, reinforcing blockchain infrastructure investments. Partnership and expansion. Coinbase partnered with JPMorgan Chase to enable Chase customers to link accounts for crypto purchases. Saw that last week. That was great. The company announced plans to offer perpetual style futures trading via CFM for U.S. traders and introduced DEX trading, that's decentralized exchange, trading for assets on the Base blockchain with the Coinbase app. I don't know what perpetual style futures are. I think I've heard that term before, but don't really know. Okay. Market sentiment and investment activity. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest purchased $30 million in Coinbase shares amid the stock dip, signaling confidence in long-term growth. That's right, Cathie. Go girl. Market beat flagged Coinbase as a top financial stock due to past earnings volatility, usual volumes, blah, blah, blah. By market context, Coinbase shares slid 20% over the week. The worst week performance of September 24, driven by crypto volatility and broader market sell-off. Despite the earnings missed, some analysts noticed blah, 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 social media sentiment. Also, next recent activities, blah, blah, blah. One card offering 4%. Like, such as the Coinbase One card offering up to 4% back in BTC and integration of Solana assets alongside optimism and long-term prospects of the stock's drop. Okay, interesting. Interesting. SSYS. Right. Coin SSYS, yep. Alright, Stratasys. August 1st, 2025. Stratasys shares fell 3.05% pre-market after acquiring Nexa 3D Inc. assets for $4.2 million, signaling a strategic move to bolster its 3D printing portfolio. Interesting. July 31st, 2025. Stratasys announced a conference call to discuss its Q2 2025 financial results, providing investors with insights into performance and future outlook. Extending multi-year partnership. I feel like I read these last time. July 30th. Strategic announced Rose. I feel like I don't know, some of these I think are older. August 7th, a post on X highlighted Toyota's collaboration with Stratasys to accelerate production innovation, improve efficiency, and reduce lead times using additive manufacturing. Okay. A moderate buy. August 1st, Stratasys stock close up 20% previous day with extended trading. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Nothing crazy. Stratasys. RIVN. Rivian. RIVN. Q2 2025 financial results released August 5th, 2025. Yeah, Rivian reported a Q2 2025 loss of $1.12 billion, with revenue slightly above expectations, but deeper losses than anticipated, leading to a mixed market sentiment. The company received a $1 billion equity investment from Volkswagen Group on June 30th, 2025, bolstering its financial position. Rivian maintained progress on its R2 SUV with design validation and testing ongoing, targeting a 2026 launch. Alright, I already knew they'd lose money, so I'm not surprised by that. Stock price movement, shares closed at 12.38 on August 1st, 2025, down 3.81%. Also, the prior 5 trading declining year-over-year. Momentum stalled post earnings with mixed sentiment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, operational updates. Rivian announced a 3-week shutdown of its Normal, Illinois plant starting in September 2025 to prepare for the R2 SUV launch in 2026. The company secured export licenses to mitigate supply chain issues caused by export controls on rare earths and heavy metals from China, expecting to reduce downtime starting in September. Market analysts, cautious optimism, guidance, R2 progress, blah, blah, blah. Some analysts and investors expect concerns, Rivian's ongoing losses, tariff-related challenges, blah, blah, blah. Yep, yeah. Other developments, Rivian invited early owners to test the Gen 2 quad model, showcasing community engagement efforts. The company revealed a unique R1S Pebble Beach vehicle for Broad Arrow auctions at Monterey Car Week, highlighting its design innovation. Okay, that's fun. Funsies. Palantir. Q2 earnings 2025. Earnings beat expectations. Palantir reported its first ever $1 billion revenue quarter. $1 billion in a quarter. Damn. With Q2 2025 revenues of $1 billion and 48% year-over-year increase, surpassing the Zacks consensus estimate of $938.3 million. Earnings per share were 16 cents, beating estimates by 2 cents, up 78% from the year-ago quarter. Nice. Stock price surge. Following the Q2 earnings report, Palantir stock soared 7.85% on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025, closing at $173.27 and hitting a 52-week high, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so basically it beat earnings. Everyone's like, yay. Yeah, of course. Strong U.S. revenue growth. U.S. commercial revenue surged 93% year-over-year to $306 million, while U.S. government business grew 53% to $426 million, driven by adoption of Palantir's artificial intelligence platform, AIP. Total U.S. revenue reached $733 million, up 68% year-over-year. Raised full-year guidance. Palantir increased its full-year 2025 revenue forecast. Projections, smections, yep. AI platform AIP drives growth. The AIP's rapid adoption, particularly in the U.S. commercial sector, was highlighted as a key growth engine. Palantir closed 157 deals worth at least $1 million, including 42 deals exceeding $10 million, with U.S. commercial contracts valued up 222% year-over-year. Analyst optimism and price target increase. Post-earnings, analysts raised their targets. Wall Street sentiment, Palantir's performance, AI, blah, blah, blah. Stock pullback despite the rally. Some sources have potentially due to Palantir's lofty valuation with short-term interest, blah, blah, blah. Stock fell August 7th after Cathie Wood ETF sold shares. $10 billion U.S. Army contract. Palantir secured a $10 billion U.S. Army deal to unify 75 contracts into one AI-powered defense software framework, boosting its government sector presence. Okay. Market sentiment and technical analysis. Bullish momentum plus earnings. Blah, blah, blah. Rules 40 score. Blah, blah, blah. Mixed option sentiment. Options increase earnings. Retail AI hype buzz. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Palantir did good. CRSP. Got CRISPR. Oh my god, Q2, another one. Q2 2025 financial results and business update, August 4th to 5th, 2025. A lot of fucking earnings this week. A lot of earnings. CRISPR Therapeutics reported a Q2 2025 net loss of $208.5 million, wider than expected, partially due to costs from a partnership with Sirius Therapeutics. Maintained a strong cash position of $1.7 billion, supporting ongoing clinical programs. Casgevy therapy progressed with over 75 authorized treatment centers, ATCs, activated globally, and appointed approximately 115 patients having cells collected. Interesting. Q2 earnings per share of minus 1.29, beating consensus estimates of minus 1.54, but revenue of 0.86 million significantly missed expectations of 6.58 million. Yeah, hella missed it. Stock dropped 9.7% in pre-market, trading on August 5th, 2025. Following the earnings report, Casgevy adoption and pipeline progress. Casgevy rollout continues to gain momentum with expectations of increased patient cell collections in the future. Analyst projections suggest Casgevy could reach a 500 patient annual run rate by Q3 2026, indicating blockbuster potential. Updates on in vivo liver disease programs, e.g. CTX310 for ANGPTL3, showed promising dose-dependent reductions in triglycerides, wow, it's a word, and LDL cholesterol, oncology, and autoimmune programs, e.g., oh my god, CTX112, CTX131, CTX213, advancing with key updates expected in H2 2025. Fuck, H2? strategic partnership and regulatory milestones. In July 2025, the European Medicine Agency authorized a phase 2 clinical trial of SRS D107, a therapy for thromboembolic disorders, developed in collaboration with Seres Therapeutics. The Seres Therapeutics partnership is noted as a significant driver for advancing novel siRNA therapies. Market and investor sentiment: stock close at a price, don't care. Some investors expressed disappointment, reported decline. Collections, don't care. Analysts remain optimistic about long-term potential and focus upcoming milestone. Zach success estimate, blah, don't care. Stock performance contact, recent trading, crisp, down for the day, despite recent volatility, development, and for several. Okay, just opinions and stuff. Not bad, not bad. AVAV. Let's go defense. Let's go defense. AVAV. August 7, 2025. AeroVironment stock closed at 259.61, down 1.33 the previous trading day, and performing the S&P 500. August 5th, Citizens JMP initiated coverage on AeroVironment with a market outperform rating on a price target of 325. Red rates don't care. Post X AVAV forming a descending triangle pattern below its post blah, blah, blah. X post AVAV consolidating a high type flag, blah, blah, blah. AeroVironment stock was described as hanging tough, blah, blah, blah. August 1st, stock closed this day. Blah, blah, blah. No news, just fucking opinions. I don't care about shit like that. And last but certainly not least, Rocket Lab, RKLB. Oh my god, another fucking earnings result. Rocket Lab reported Q2 2025 revenue of $144 million, surpassing expectations by 6.7%. Despite strong revenue, statutory earnings fell short of forecasts. The company scheduled a webcast to discuss Q2 2025 financial results at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on August 7th. Market Beat highlighted Rocket Lab's upcoming Q2 earnings on August 7th, noting the stock's 760% surge over the past year and 82% year-to-date gain, with investors anticipating strong performance. August 7th, 2025, Victus Haze mission milestone. Rocket Lab completed the spacecraft integration milestone for the U.S. Space Force, hell yeah, and Defense Innovation Unit's Victus Haze mission, achieving spacecraft design and built in just 15 months. I have no idea if that's fast or not, but good for them. August 5th, 2025, successful Electron launch for IQPS. Rocket Lab successfully launched its 69th NICE Electron mission, deploying the QPS-SAR-12 satellite for Japan-based IQPS to a 575 kilometer low Earth orbit. Jeez. This marked, just do it in freedom units. This marked the 5th mission for IQPS and the 4th in 2025. The launch window opened at 3:45 UTC on August 5th, and the mission was named The Harvest Goddess Thrives. Interesting. August 4th to 5th, stock price movements. On August 4th, Rocket Lab closed from the previous section, perform S&P 500 after hours. Reports noted, thrown through drop, blah, blah, blah. Mixed analyst sentiment, seeking alpha report down rating, blah, blah, blah. Oh, citing a potential Golden Dome contract win, but highlighting concerns over valuation. I gotta figure out what that is, or it's gonna hopefully say it soon. Tip ranks published. First, blah, blah, blah. Institutional investment activity. Blue Shift Asset Management LLC acquired a new 261,000 position in Rocket Lab on August 3rd. Universal Beteiligungs and Service Gesellschaft MBH reduced its Rocket Lab holding. I can't even say your name. Analyst coverage. Craig Holm initiated coverage. Rocket Lab hold, blah, blah, blah. Market reported mixed options. Sent to me August 7th. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That's it. So there we go. There is our weekly numbers. So again, this is our weapons of finance, our solar portfolio. So this is the ancillary. So it's supported portfolio. It's offensive. All right, long-term high growth potential, aggressive volatility and risk, focus sector investments, targeted stock opportunities, streamlined management. So going over all the little stocks, just keeping up on the news over the past week. A lot of earnings reports this week for a lot of these companies, so that's good. So there's definitely more data there. But as always, Hope you enjoyed the content. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know, and see you in the next video.